Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you a makeup tutorial on the picture I showed in the beginning of the video, and if you want to see that, just be sure to keep on watching. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! I'm just going to start by putting my hair up so it's out of the way, and we can focus on the makeup. I have a okay, my hair is going to look a little crazy, but that's okay. So starting off, I'm just going to be using the Makeup Forever HD foundation. So to start out, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I'm going to be using the shade R230, and I'm going to be using a Morphe M439 brush to buff this in. So I'm just using like a tiny little amount and picking it up, and I'm just going to do like one stripe, one stripe, one stripe, and then I'm going to buff this in. So I'm not going for like a super full coverage. I just sort of want like a filter over my face, so I have just like a plain base to work with. But if you have a lot more redness, or just if you want more coverage, then you want to go ahead and do a couple more pumps or layers of that foundation. I'm going to do a couple more, but just do the coverage that you're comfortable with. Now I don't want to waste any product, so just the little bit that I have left, I'm just going to wipe off right on my face and then buff that in. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm done with foundation, and the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do is concealer. So I'm actually mixing 3 different concealers, 2 different concealers and 2 different shades. So I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, and I'm also going to be using Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I have shade 15, which is a little bit too pink, and then shade 20, which is like a touch yellow. So I'm going to be mixing these 3 concealers, and the Tarte Shape Tape concealer is in the shade Light Neutral. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to just put it in like the very inner corner, which is the darkest part for my eyes, and then a little bit over here. And then I'm going to go in with the 20 and do 2 little lines there. And then I'm going to go in with the 15 and just do a little bit over everything. And then some on the eyelid as well, just to cancel out my veins. And then I already dampened my beauty blender, and I'm just going to go in and buff everything out and blend it in. So then I'm going to go in with this Mercier translucent powder and set my under eyes with that damp beauty blender. I just feel like it sets it the best when it's a damp beauty sponge. So now I'm going to go in with my Clinique powder. It's the Almost Powder Makeup in the shade 01 Fair, and I'm going in with my Morphe E41 brush just to set my face and just to set that foundation. Okay, so now you can see I have my foundation, concealer, and powder all done. If you want to do more full coverage, less full coverage, just you do you. But this is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to take a break from the face, and I'm going to work on the eyes, and I'm going to go back to the face. The first brush I'm going to go in with is the Morphe M459 brush. And the reason is because I'm actually using a technique that I learned from one of Jacqueline and Hill's videos, putting translucent powder here. So that way when you finish your eye look, you just sweep away the translucent powder with any other fallout that came, and then you have that nice clean sharp line hopefully. So I'm taking some of that Laura Mercier translucent powder on this Morphe M459 brush, and you can see there's a lot of it there, and then I'm just gonna stamp it right from that outer corner to the brow. Okay. So as you can see now, I have that line of translucent powder to sort of catch anything that might fall. Okay, so to start the eye look, I'm going to actually be starting with a Makeup Geek eyeshadow. I feel like I haven't used Makeup Geek in a while, but I love their eyeshadows. They're such great quality. I love Makeup Geek shadows. So this is my Makeup Geek palette. If you guys want me to do a video going through everything I have from them, I can. This is everything I have from them, but I think I want to get more soon because they're incredible eyeshadows. They really are, and they're cheap, so they're super good. So I'm going to be going in with these two eyeshadows. This one is Creme Brûlée, and this one is Peach Smoothie, and I'm just going to be going in with Sigma E40 brush, and I'm just going to be mixing the two shadows, tapping off the excess, and then going in and buffing the shadow and windshield wiper motions right in the crease. I just feel like those two shadows, Creme Brûlée and Peach Smoothie, at least for my skin tone, are 99.9% of the time what I start off with like for any look, because I just feel like it's the perfect transition shade, and it really does help all the other colors blend that much more seamlessly after. Okay, so now that I have that down, it's just a little bit of warmth. I hope you guys can tell it's sort of a cloudy day. It looks like it's going to rain, but I really hope you're still getting in some of the light here and seeing what it looks like. So next I'm going to be using the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette. It's such a gorgeous palette. I used it in my last tutorial, or 2 tutorials ago. I can't remember. I think it was my last tutorial. And I'm going to go in with the shade Burnt Orange. And then I'm going to go in with a tiny bit of Raw Sienna, but first I'm just going to go in with Burnt Orange on a Morphe M441 brush. And I'm just going to like focus that on the outer half of the crease. And then once I really don't have anything left on my brush, I'll go ahead and bring that in and just continue to buff it up. Just adding a little dimension at a time. So I'm going in windshield wiper motions and circular motions to buff everything out and make it nice and blended. Okay, so then I'm going to go back in just with no additional product with that Sigma E40 and just to go ahead and blend over everything again to make it super, super, super blended. Now I'm going to be using MAC's Paint Pot in the shade Bare Study. It's this gorgeous, let me show you, like light champagne-y golden shade, and it's so pretty. I'm actually just going to be applying this with my finger. So I'm just going to take it and just apply it in the inner sort of half of my eyelid. You should have something that looks something like this right now. You have that champagne, and if you don't have this shade, that's fine. You can use whatever shade you have. So that's what I have. And then I'm going to go back over with my Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to go back in with this burnt orange shade. right here. And I'm just going to go sort of over that outer half right where that Bare Study shadow ends and just sort of blend that from there up a little bit into the crease. So I went ahead and just did that on both eyes, and then I'm going to go in with the MAC 217, and I just have a little bit of creme brulee on there just to help blend everything out. So now I'm going to go in with the MAC 242. It's just a flat shader brush. I highly recommend this brush. I think it's like one of the best brushes ever. It's so good. Go in with the shade Primavera right here, and then I'm going to go in with the shade Vermeer as well. I'm going to go in with those two shades. Just going over top of that Bare Study shade just to sort of amplify a little bit. If you have MAC Fix Plus right in front of you, or if you want to spray it with some sort of spray to make it more metallic, you can totally do that. Also, the L'Oreal Infallible shadows are really good, and they have some really pretty gold shades as well. I'm just going to go in to a little bit of Vermeer and put it like right in the middle of where we were putting that gold. And then I'm going to go back with the Morphe M441. Just blend. I always go back with the blending brushes and make sure everything's nice and seamlessly blended. I'm going to actually go back with one of my Makeup Geek shadows. I'm going in with Shimma. You can use whatever you want for that inner corner highlight. Okay, so you can add liner and go ahead and do any of that, but that's what I'm just going to keep the eyes as, super simple. If you want to go ahead and add like more browns or oranges or whatever you want to go, if you want to add more red shades or whichever direction you want to go in, go for it. I'm just going to leave it as this. You can totally add liner. I'm not even going to add liner. I'm just going to go ahead and do my mascara, but first I'm going to do my brows. So I'm just going to be using the Anastasia brow definer in medium brown and the clear brow gel. Okay, so now I'm done with my brows. I'm just going to go in with my eyelash curler. It's just a Tarte eyelash curler, and then I'm going to go in with some Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. With some bronzer, and I'm going to be using two different brushes. So first I'm going to be using the Morphe E3, and let me zoom you out a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to be using this Neutrogena bronzer. I really like it. It's from the drugstore, it's cheap, and it's also so good, and I'm really picky about my bronzers too. It's super, super good. I think it just gives like the prettiest glow. I actually bought it because of one of Casey Holmes' Snapchat stories, and it just looked so pretty. And so I was like, okay, well, if she thinks it's good, I'll try it. And she was right. So thank you, Casey, because it's amazing. It gives you like the most beautiful sun-kissed glow. It's really pretty. I'm actually going to go ahead and go in with another bronzer just because why not? I'm going in with Benefit Hoola. This is like my baby little Hoola that I have. And then I'm going in with the MAC 135 brush. Okay, so that's it for bronzer. And then for blush, I'm going to go in with MAC's Melba. It's such a beautiful blush. I love this blush. I think it's so pretty, and I just love it. Isn't that so just beautiful? Such a simple, like, it's such a simple brush, but it's so pretty. I mean blush, not brush. Okay, and I'm going in with the Morphe E4. Just to put on a little bit of color. Okay. I feel like the lighting is getting really thrown off because I'm sitting next to the window instead of like in front of the window, and I don't have any studio lights here, so we'll see how this turns out. Okay. So next I'm going to be going in with this these Cover FX drops. I got this from one of my purchases at Sephora, like the baby one. I can't remember if it was like 100 points or what it was, but I love these. This is in the shade Moonlight. It's so pretty. It's like a little dropper. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going to pick it up with my finger and then put it right where I would put, do you see how pretty that is? Right where I would put highlight. So then, of course, I'm going to go in with Becca Jaclyn Hill face palette. I've actually gotten a lot of different YouTuber collaboration face palette. Casey's, Nicole's, the Nicole and Anastasia one, and Casey Holmes at Smashbox. And then I just before I ordered the Chrissy Teigen and Becca one, and then there was one more, I can't remember. Okay, I'm looking for my brush. Okay, so we're going to go in with the Morphe M439, and I'm just going to mix Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop, which are those two highlights right there, and go over. So then for lips, if you want to go ahead and line your lips, I should line my lips, but I don't have my lip liner with me here, so I'm just going to put on some gloss. I'm just going to be using Marc Jacobs Sugar Sugar. I love this lip gloss. It's so pretty, and the formula is amazing as well. So then the last thing I'm going to do, which I actually forgot to do this before I started my makeup, but I'm just going to be using the Smashbox primer water to seal in my makeup. That is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to put some pictures in the end of what it looks like when I put on my dress, and also put some pictures in the beginning. And yeah, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope the lighting is okay because it's a really gorgeous look, and I hope you can actually see what it looks like in person, but if not, I'm going to work on my lighting so it's better for you guys. If you like this background instead of the other background, make sure to let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!